What is going on, guys? Welcome back to Days with Wade for the drive to work. It is currently Thursday, so it's Friday tomorrow, and in the beautiful state of Western Australia, we have a lovely public holiday called Labor Day on Monday. So it's a 3-day weekend, so we're super excited for that. What is Labor Day? What does it mean? What is the history behind it? I don't know. And I think with most people with public holidays, they don't care. Unless it's a really significant one like Easter and Christmas, just these random ones. It's just, you just take it for what it is, a nice day off. So guys, I wanted to talk about one of my most popular videos series on this channel. By far, it exploded for me. I'm a small channel. At the time I was making these videos, I had only 30 subscribers. And I made these few videos, and overnight, my channel exploded. These terms are relative, of course. For me, they exploded to like 135 subscribers. And you might be like, Wade, that is just ridiculous, silly numbers. What are you talking about? But for me, it's a lot. And the videos, the top video had about 2,500 views. And you might be thinking that's not much, but for a little small content creator who doesn't really know what they're doing, it's a lot. So what was this series about, you might ask? It is about the carnivore diet. Now, I did the carnivore diet for about 4 months. I'm not on it anymore, and I can tell you why. So I initially started with the 4-week challenge and filmed a 4-part series, and for the most part I experienced a lot of good benefits. It was challenging getting into ketosis, so with the keto flu and things like that. But once I was over the keto flu, it was quite good for the most part, and I say for the most part because it does have its flaws. So, which is kind of a bit of a shame, because I'd love to keep making videos on it because I'd be growing my channel. And I can see why people really enjoy creating content around it, because it's very good for views and channel growth. So apart from the keto flu, the usual symptoms of feeling dehydrated, having headaches, having no energy, once I got all over that, my energy levels were quite stable. And I had also cut out caffeine as well, which was really hard because I love a coffee. Who doesn't love a coffee? Let's be honest. And so the caffeine coupled with the carbohydrates, can make your energy spike quite significantly. So I noticed a big difference when I went on the carnivore diet and cut out the caffeine. It was like this nice, calm feeling, and the energy was quite level throughout the day. It's not to say I didn't have an afternoon crash. I think it's quite normal, around 2 o'clock, 3 o'clock, especially if you're active, to feel a little bit drowsy, but it was a lot less, put it that way. The only caveat to that was my ability to work out was severely diminished. I run a 5K park run on a Saturday, and it just felt like I was coming off steroids. I'm not on steroids, I've never touched this stuff, but it just felt like I was missing a gear. And I went from running 21:35, like feeling like an absolute beast, going down to 27 and just feeling like a slob. It was really hard. So I was just researching about this, and there's a few guys online, they say, look, yes, you're going to have a dip in energy, but it's going to come back. You're going to be fully fat adapted. I'm like, okay, cool. how long does it take to get fat adapted? And they're like, oh, anywhere between 4 and 12 or 18 months. And I was like, okay, well, I don't want to suck at running and lifting and doing things that I enjoy for 18 months while I wait for my body to get fat adapted. But I was like, you know what, maybe I'll be quick at it, and it'll only take me 4 months on this lower range.
Time in traffic, 10 minutes.
10 minutes in traffic. So I was like, all right, I'll just stick it out. But long story short, I found that it wasn't really getting better. I found that when I was running, I would feel more pain. It's like when you're running on glycogen for the first few kilometers, you just feel invincible. You just feel pumped, and you don't feel any pain. But it's only in the third, when you run out of glycogen, in the third or fourth K is when you start feeling the wall, as they put it. But then you're nearly through the race anyway, so you can kind of just burst your way through. So there was no dip in energy, but I just didn't have the explosivity in the run. Anyway. So for me, athletic performance was not good. It never recovered. And that's kind of ultimately why I went back to more of a Mediterranean, or currently now I'm on a Mediterranean diet, which is incredible. It tastes so good, fresh ingredients. It's just amazing. But I want to quickly talk about some other things on the carnivore diet as well that might not be talked about online. So if you go traveling anywhere, so I did 4 months of carnivore, and then I did 2 months of carnivore, and then I went to Japan. And oh my gosh, my stomach was so sore. I was on the toilet, just so constipated. This is oversharing probably, but it was a reality. You change your environment, especially to Japan, where a lot of their food is like plant-based, essentially. There's not much. There might be an egg in your ramen, or a few slices of pork, but at the end of the day, a lot of it is plant food, which was delicious, by the way. But it took a lot of adjustment, and I did the same thing. We went to Europe, and when you're on the go, when you're traveling, and if you don't have a lot of money like me, a lot of the time you're lucky to get past traveling just buying a croissant in Europe. The croissants were like 22 euros or something like that. It was ridiculous. Like a coffee was 5 euros, and in Australia, coffee is like $5. And you're at the cafe, you see 5, and you're like, oh yeah, that's fine. Tap the card, and then you're just like, hang on, I've actually just paid $10 for this coffee. So it's just things like that. Like if you're traveling, you're not going to be able to continue the carnivore diet unless you have a lot of money. If you have a lot of money, that's fine. This video isn't for you. If you can go to a restaurant and order ribeye steaks when you're traveling, then you just need to click off this video right now, because this video is not for you. You are in the top 1%. You're probably flying around on a private jet or first class, and this is just not for you. You can keep up the carnivore diet, just carry on. But if you're like me, who, you don't have that sort of lifestyle, then it's a real challenge to go traveling. So there's that obstacle. But also there's the social obstacle as well. If you can't, as humans, we like to eat together. It's what we've done since the dawn of man. We've sat around a fire, we've eaten together. It's how we build relationships. It's how we catch up. It's how we bond. Essentially, we eat and we talk. But if you're on strict carnivore diet, you're very, very limited in where you can go and what you can eat. So it makes it hard for you to catch up with people, because they're like, hey, do you want to get dinner? Oh no, look, I can only go to this one specific restaurant that only cooks in grass-fed ghee and ribeye. Like, so yeah, but I don't want to go there. I feel like, something else. Oh, but yeah, I can't. And it's just like, oh, well, you can't. Your options are severely limited anyway. I hope you're following what I'm saying. It's a hassle. It's a hassle to make it work when it should be. It's hard enough to catch up with people in the limited time that you have on your weekends or in your free time as it is, let alone jumping through all those hoops. Not only that, you if you're in the world, you're probably going to be at your job. Everyone loves to see what you're eating for lunch. Oh, what are you eating for lunch? What are you eating for lunch? And if you just have a bowl of mince, people are going to think you're weird. And you're like, oh, you know what? Screw people. Screw what they say. I don't care what they say. And it's all well and good to say that and think that you're like that. And for the most part, you might be like that. But it does wear on you. I got tired of people questioning me about the carnivore diet. Someone's just pulled in front of a truck. Idiot. I got tired of it, and it's like I don't want to explain it, and you're trying to explain isothiocyanates or whatever. You're just trying to explain all these things to people, and you're just like, they don't get it, and they think you're weird. And it just wears on you, and the temptation can be hard as well. For example, I remember I was at a wedding, and it was like 12 a.m. It'd been a big night, and you're just tired. You're just like, I want to go home, but I can't. I've got to show more respect and spend a bit more time here until they want me to leave. Sitting down there, and these waitresses come out with cheese pizza, put it all over the table, and it's everywhere. And you're like, oh my gosh, there's hot melted cheese pizza placed right in front of me. It's like I was ambushed. And I tell you what, it took every ounce of strength in me. I was so vulnerable. Had a couple drinks, which I know you're not meant to do on Carnivore, but I did. And it's 12 a.m. Someone puts some hot, crispy, doughy, cheesy pizza in front of you. It's hard. So it takes a lot of discipline. It takes a lot of mental fortitude. And you do kind of miss out in a certain sense when it comes to socializing. It's just harder to catch up with people. It is. And I know people might say, like, there's other alternatives. Yes, there is, but it's hard. And I don't, there's a lot of people online just saying how good it is, but I just want to kind of be the voice of reason and just give you my point of view as to why it wasn't for me. But the thing is, I don't want people to think, oh, you're insulting this awesome diet that works great for me. I lost 60 pounds. My arthritis is gone. My, the psoriasis is gone. My asthma is gone. Look, dude, if that's happened to you, that's fine. You can just keep going. I'm just giving you my perspective. And as someone who already kind of looks after their health, already eats a lot of protein, already eats a lot of animal products, I didn't really experience a massive change in health. It was a bit different, but it's not like I lost a heap of weight and became really healthy. I was pretty healthy before, so I didn't experience this. And I get it. Some people, it's like, it's easy. It's hard to cook. It's hard to go to the farmer's market, get some fresh ingredients, find out what you're cooking, chop it up, make it. I get it. Washing up after that, you can't be bothered. And it's like, if there's a diet that I can literally just cook a steak and eat it and go to bed, I get it. It's convenient, especially we all live busy lives. So it's good in that regard. But I'm on the Mediterranean diet now. I'm really enjoying it. I'm an Orthodox catechumen. If you don't know what that means, it's like an Orthodox Christian, but you haven't been baptized yet. So I'm going into the Orthodox faith, and there is a requirement of fasting, and essentially on the fasting days, you're eating plant-based foods, and certain days you can have shrimp, prawns, shellfish, oysters, mussels. Just you can have shellfish, and on certain days you can have fish as well. But on the big fasts like Lent, it's mainly just plant-based, like vegan, with shellfish. So that's where I'm posting a lot of the video recipes on this channel for Lent, for the fasts, because when I become baptized, I don't want to be figuring out how to make all this delicious, healthy food and trying to work out how I get my protein in when I've been baptized. I would like realistically to have that all down pat by the time I'm baptized. Anyway, guys, I've been prattling on quite a bit, so let me know what you guys are doing. Let me know what your diet is, if you've tried the carnivore diet, let me know what your experience was. I understand everyone's experience is different. Everyone's body is different. You know, there's this idea online, you need 1 gram of protein per pound of body weight. Well, I tell you what, I'm like 235 pounds. 6'3", that would be about 106 kilos, 191 centimeters. And I tell you, if I'm putting 235 grams of protein in my mouth, it is a challenge, and I've gained body weight. I've gained body fat doing that. So I understand everyone's requirements aren't the same. So let me know what your diet requirements are and how you navigate your nutrition. All right, guys, thank you so much for watching. If you liked the video, give it a like and hit subscribe. And we'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.